Hi, so today I'm going to be analysing 50 Shades of Grey's opening scene, or sequence you could say. I have not watched the film because it's an 18 and I can't watch 18s, but I've heard things about it. I know the storyline, I know what happens. So I was very intrigued to see what it would be like, to be honest, as it is quite dramatic, and I want to see would that tension be shown in the opening sequence straight away. So I was very intrigued to find out what it'd be, and if it'd be a little bit different, as most of the ones I'm covering are like 12s, 15s, or PGs. And for what would be an 18, but like, I know why it's an 18, but I was just curious of why, not why, what it would be like. It's more of an adult film, so I'm looking more of an adult film than a teenager's film or a child's film. So, yeah, a little bit of diversity for this. So I've got the clip on my laptop here, and I'll be just going through the opening scene basically. So, oh no, it's not playing. There we go. So our first shot is actually of some clouds. These are actually grey clouds, so it's like rainy grey clouds. And so we got a text: Universal Pictures and Focus Features present. So it was distributed by Universal and then produced by, Focus Features. I forgot to say what the budget, director, not box office were. So the budget was $40 million, which is a little bit insane. And director was Sam Taylor Johnson, and the actual what they made in box office sales were $571 million. So they did produce a lot of profit from the film. That even though it was a majority female market. But yeah, anyway. So the text is actually in capitals, so quite spaced out slightly. But what was only is in capitals is actually Universal Pictures and Focus Features is actually emphasizing what is important and who distributed it and produced it are the important things. So we're getting this shot of clouds and then moving. The grey symbolises 50 Shades of Grey. Symbolises grey. It could symbolise actually his thoughts about people, about Anastasia, how they're clouded. His feelings are clouded for her. So that could kind of symbolise and slash foreshadow his feelings. Yeah, there's a piano beat slash rhythm, you could say. It's very sharp, very strong. It does add tension actually. You expect, since it's a romance film, but it's still dramatic, you wouldn't think to have tension built up straight away. So it actually does help build this tension. It's kind of like something climactic's gonna happen. So yeah, I put down the text, capitals, sharp, and it's very business-like. It fits the whole business smart like theme going on with Christian Grey. So that could be why these capitals, and just very kind of white, bold but thin text. So yeah. So we are getting more movement of these clouds. They actually gradually get a lot darker and they actually fade into a black screen, which says 50 Shades of Grey. Again, they're in capitals except for ofs in lowercase. They are spaced out more than the Universal and Focus Features text display. So this actually puts emphasis on 50 Shades and Grey. So it shows the importance of those things, and it could be theme run out for running throughout the movie as they show an emphasis. We get a black screen he kind of feel like that's a way of him shutting off his emotions. He's gonna make them black. It's not light. It's not like light. Like he's like, oh, I finally made a decision. Like it's a happy thing. Black is very sinister. It's kind of like, no, we're gonna shut this off, and we're gonna be professional, like I am. And he shut them off. Maybe that's why he's black. That's just my interpretation. So we're still made it black and the text fades out, and we're getting our first line of the song. I put a spell on you. This could refer / symbolise Christian's power over women and his power in general. He is a CEO of his own business, and it shows how much his power is got. So this could refer to the women, and especially Anastasia, the power he has over her, but also the power he has over his work colleagues in his business, and just power in general. And yeah, that's the line similar. So this is this opening song or opening soundtrack for the film. Okay. So yeah, we've got our first establishing shot of Seattle. It is Seattle, as there is very busy, as lots of like dock areas / harbour areas. Seattle's known for that, and also you can see, is it a Seattle whatever it's called? I was gonna say spaceship, but that's wrong. You know, the Seattle landmark, you could say, and there's loads of business things. It's like a bigger version of Canary Wharf, if you could say. But Canary Wharf is massive, but it's like America's version of Canary Wharf. So yeah, it's got a establishing shot. It's got a lot of grey tones. Could show the fact Grey's power over the city, maybe, or it could show by the morning. As you can see from the right side of the shot, it looks like there's a little bit of light. So maybe we're in the morning, and the light's just peeping through these dark clouds. Oh yeah, and then so we've got this on the left hand side of the shot of the cast's names. So you have Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan, who are playing the main protagonists of the film. Then we've got this office building, and we're kind of like going past these first two shots are aerial shots of Seattle, and then when we see Jamie Dornan's cast starring name on it, we're going actually past this building. Could be apartment building, and it is an apartment building, as our next shot is actually in his wardrobe. But it's almost like we're in a helicopter. We're actually going past, but it's kind of like a panning, but we're going around the building, but not like properly going around it. Like more of a subtle, like we're gonna just go past it at like a little bit of a curve. So it's showing the significance of maybe where Christian Grey lives. Yes, we're going our first look at Christian Grey. We don't actually see his face yet, but we're looking into his walk-in wardrobe. It is very big, very spacious, very organised and quite modern, as this kind of it's not dark, but it's not light wood. It's just medium wood, as we see lots of shirts on coat hangers. We have loads of jackets, and we've got shirts in like little shelves. And we've got a selection of shoes on the bottom. Everything's laid out, organised. All looks very smart. And he's actually directly on the central composition, as he's on this little buffet or stool, as he's tying his shoelaces, which appear to be Nike trainers. So again, brands. He is able to buy brands, as his trainers actually are all brands. You can see like Adidas, Vans, Nikes on the right hand side of the screen. So he has money to buy brands, like really expensive brands. You better stop the things you do. Our next scene is actually him running. So we actually get him seeing he's going out for a run in the morning. It is a low angle shot of him running. So we're actually down basically on the floor, of him running. It kind of doesn't, I would say realism, it's showing, it is very fast paced running, so it could show how energetic and powerful he is in his steps, and him and his just power showing his steps, it's kind of like, imagine what if he like power overall, you know. It just shows, you know, adds a little bit. You can see a little bit more of where he's running. He's running on like some sort of pier, or like next to a massive dock in Seattle, as you can see, like dock in kind of the background. Okay, this is my favourite scene. So he's going around this pier, and he's practically running around this curved pier, and there's like seagulls already on the banisters. So there's there, you know, in the morning, and even before he gets there, like when you go past birds, they like always freak out. But even before you get to the birds freak out, it's like they know that he was this powerful guy, and him, you know, running towards his birds, and even before he gets there, they know he's got this power. He is dangerous in a way. He's danger to them, and they know what's best for them, and they need to get away. So yeah, it symbolises the power he has, but it could also suggest what Anastasia could have done if she knew about his power, his controlling power, as he could put a spell on her, and this could show what if she knew she could have got away. So it's kind of like giving this foreshadowing, but a foreshadowing for something that never happened, but it could show what life could have been like for her. So yeah, and also getting shot from behind him adds a little bit more realism, and again shows the amount of power he has. He also he's having his hood up on his jumper, makes him look like a bit of a gangster, if you could ask, or like a thug, but it keeps him kind of, you know, secretive. He doesn't want people to know that he's running, and he's just very closed in. Having a hood up kind of so you're very closed in as a person, so it could show maybe his personal life is very closed in. That's why he's wearing the hood up. Tell you I lied. You know, we've got a shot of Will almost in a car running with him, but on the other side of the road. This is like more of a wide angle shot of Seattle itself. We see a lot of boats, a lot of work buildings. It's just to get to know what Seattle looks like a little bit more. Then we have got the shot of him putting on a lovely work shirt as we get to see his gorgeous muscles from the back. He's actually directly on the left third line, and this is actually quite obvious. It isn't obvious when you actually watch it, as you're kind of captivated in Jamie Dormer's gorgeous muscly back, but you actually, when you pause it, there is like these like 3 square light panels at the back of his wardrobe where the shirts and jackets are, and they are showing this direct third line composition on the left and right hand side, and he's directly on the left side. So it's just great composition. Also leaves space for some more cast members' names to be popped up. We see there's a more jackets to shirt ratio, but they all equally spaced. He's got a lot of white shirts. He's got a lot of black/grey jackets. So he is very smart. He knows what he wears. He won't wear anything else. He's very precise of what he wants to wear. Then we get a close-up of him putting cufflinks on, and this is more not official just to see him put on his cufflinks, is more to display the fact to connotate in the mise-en-scène. We're actually seeing watches, lots of designer watches. I think they're Rolex, and the fact that there is 6 shown in the shot, just shows he has money to buy 6 watches, and this is part of a draw, so he could have plenty of cufflinks, plenty of watches, and the fact we're only seeing a couple could show it's like he has more, really. So again, it's connotating the fact that he has a lot of money, and I probably think he has a watch for every day of the year, and he doesn't want to wear anything else. It's like he's almost showing off his money, basically. I can't stand it. You're running around. We're getting the same close-up shot. This time he's pulling out a drawer full of grey ties. What a surprise! They're grey, links to the fact they're grey, and there's lots of different tones and shades. That's why 50 Shades of Grey. Thanks to the title, but also the fact that ties make an appearance in the movie later on, but for a different reason, and the fact we're only seeing only 11 ties shows he's got a lot more, but also the fact that ties are used later on shows that he has lots of ties for both work and play. Then we get our next shot of him putting on the tie. This is a central composition he's dead on. It is a close-up, however, we're not seeing his face. We're actually seeing his lip and then just above his chest, so it's shoulder, so here to here. And it again, he's hiding his identity for so long, and it feels like he's secretive his way closed and doesn't want people to know about him much. So that's why we don't see him straight away. We don't get to see what he looks like straight away. It also make him a closed-in character. Then we instantly get a juxtaposition from the smart fancy wardrobe, walk-in closet, to a very busy old college corridor, which we get another protagonist, our female protagonist, played by Dakota Johnson, walking through this corridor. She is center composition, so there's like a theme that cuts to her. They're both in the central composition. They're in of the shop, and that kind of helps them link. I use this, it's actually, I think it's called cross-cutting in drama, but I don't think that's what it's called in media, but that's how it helps me. I call it cross-cutting, where there's something similar, a similar theme, action, word, anything, that helps take back to another scene. So you've got two scenes, and it helps them switch over by a certain theme or something the exact same. So this helps as they're both central composition, so it helps a bit more like that. Then she's got another shot of her actually walking downstairs. This is actually a wide angle shot, so we're getting her walking downstairs from the side. It shows she's coming from college. It shows a lot of nature actually. It doesn't show any skyscrapers nearby, so it could not suggest she's. So it actually can show. It doesn't show that she may be living in Seattle like Christian. Then we've got something exactly happening with Christian. He's actually walking in the stairs as well to get into a car. So it actually kind of shows that they have actually got similar lives going on. They're two different people, but they are doing practically the exact same things. And by using this cross-cutting effect that I'm calling it in editing, it's kind of wanting to show that they are perfect for each other, they're doing the exact same things. Or maybe that's how their daily routine pangs out, that they can both follow the same routine as they're practically doing the same things nearly at the same time, you could say. So he gets into a posh, could be a Mercedes, BMW or Audi car. I think it's a BMW, I know my cars. So it's a very posh car. He has someone to close the door for him, like a driver or a butler to do that for him. Then another theme, she's in, Anastasia is now in a car park, so this helps a theme, the crossover to the next shot. She's actually walking into a very old vintage Volkswagen Beetle. So again, it kind of takes her, she doesn't have that much money compared to Christian. We're getting a shot of people walking in and out of the grey house, which is Christian's business. It's just showing how smart the building is and how it could reflect his personality, how professional and smart he is. Then we're getting this over-the-shoulder shot. We still don't know what he looks like, but we get inside the shoulder shot while he's in a meeting. He is the only one in focus, showing he has this importance, power. He is the boss. And the fact that his colleagues are slightly out of focus shows that they're not important. He is. He is in focus. He is the main bit, and he's the main protagonist out of two. Of this film, no one cares except for him. Then we get an extreme close-up of Anastasia's eyes as we see her blinking. don't know the effect of this. However, our next shot is her getting ready in a mirror, and it's almost like the audience, we are the mirror she's looking into. She's looking into the camera when this is filmed, but it's almost like we're looking at her reflection. We're seeing her slow motion as she gets ready. We see her contemplating what she's going to wear, what she's going to do with her hair, showing her decision making throughout this time. There is back shot of her putting a ponytail up. We get a little bit of more what her house like. It's very urban. She's got a wooded wallpaper, like wood as it's almost like the back, you know, what a wall is. It's kind of like the first layer of a wall. It's kind of like that, really. And she's got like a yellow. It's very urban. I'm saying urban, but it's also quite quirky. She's got a bright yellow mirror, and she's got a weird black and white photograph. It shows she's quite quirky as a character, so we kind of seeing what she's wearing. She's also wearing a floral shirt to a very important smart business interview. So it's kind of showing this is her idea of smart but quirky, and this is her personality shown in a T. Then we get a large close up of her facial expression. She looks nervous, and this is shown as she bites her lip. And normally when you bite your lip, especially for me, I bite my lip when I get nervous, and I'm just a bit like that. So she looks like she's very nervous. But this also foreshadows something in the film, as she bites her lip a lot in the future of the film, but it's almost like not out of nervous she does it, it's more out of a desire she has. So it could be for that desire she's wanting.
I gave her the recorder, right?
We got this close-up shot of the keys as she picks them up. They're not her vintage Volkswagen detail, they're actually a posh Mercedes car. So she's trying to impress for this meeting. She doesn't want to turn up in a vintage old car. Again, so she's going to be presentable at least. We see more of her house, very urban, still quirky. She's wearing her same floral shirt, blue cardigan and a blue skirt. Shows she's different. This is her idea of smart, but still showing her personality a little bit.
Oh, yes. And you have all the questions? Yes. And you know where you're going? Yes, I do have a GPS and a 4.0 GPA. I can figure it out. Are you wearing that? Okay, maybe a little less talking. More eating. What was that?
Then I got a shot of her in the car going past. And then we've got a close-up shot of her. I think it's a medium close-up shot of her in the car as she looks terrified from this interview. She looks very nervous now. If she wasn't nervous before, she's nervous now as she's in the car. You can see in her eyes she looks very worried. Then we've got a shot of Pasca going past this mile sign of Seattle. It says 90 miles. I think they might do it in kilometers. I don't know really, but it shows that she lives quite far away from Seattle anyway. More stabbing shots of Seattle. She's going past in the car. We're getting more establishing shots of what Seattle's like, city area, business area. She parks outside the grey house. Her car fits in. Obviously, that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to be presentable in a way. That's why she's riding her friend's Mercedes instead of her old vintage car. We're actually looking, this next shot, she comes out the car, and it's almost like we're actually looking down. It's a very high angle, showing maybe her vulnerability, how nervous she is. Makes it almost this innocent portrayal of her by this high angle, and it's kind of like showing the scale of the building, as our next shot is of the very tall building. And this is at the low angle, so it shows this building has power and Christian has power. So it's emphasizing Christian in a way of this building, how strong and powerful and striking this building is, and the fact that Anastasia looks small compared to it shows that maybe she is nothing. So from a window, looking, when she looks up, she's like a little speck or a little ant from his perspective. Then we get a zoom in as she's reading this interview questions. As it states, Christian Grey, where his house, Grey House, what time, and all these things, all these questions which she has been covered really as she's in her list. We zoomed in on her face as she's going through these, looking at the questions, preparing herself. She's nervous as the actual lift music, or like the lift bell, startles her. It shows that she's in her own world, and the fact that little sound startles her and makes her scared. She is really scared for this interview. And so our last bit of text is actually directed by Sam Taylor Johnson, as we are getting a central composition of her coming out of the lift. The text fade when the doors open. So we're getting our first wide shot of the office. It is very white. The women are dressed in grey. They're all smart and presentable. And the fact that she's wearing this navy blue floor shirt makes her stand out a lot more compared to the office girls. It shows that she has more character, where the office girls just put, looks like they're kind of faking their personality to fit in with the business, whereas Anastasia doesn't really care. She wants to show her personality a little bit more.
Can I take your coat? Oh, yeah. She's...
So yeah, the music fades at this point, so we can hear a little bit more of dialogue. As the climax is like, where's the music gone? Why is it stopped?
So, Mr. Grey will see you now. Okay. This way, please.
The fact that they are very organised as women, one of them takes her coat, one of them tells that he's ready, another one comes to collect her. She is a very organised business, very smart, and represents how organised Christian is. She actually gets a shot of her looking down on her clothes. She looks very casual compared to the other girls, and she's actually questioning herself. Is she fitting in? Does she look like an absolute idiot in what she's wearing?
Right this way.
So our last shot is actually her falling into the office. She's made a fool of herself already, showing how a clumsy personality is, as well as kind of quirky. She's quite clumsy, and as she falls, we get a very low angle, showing how clumsy she is, making her very vulnerable in this situation, and she feels embarrassed that she's fallen, and kind of shows her weakness. Then our last shot of the opening scene, we finally get to see Christian Grey turn around. He's looking over Seattle in a very superior position. He's almost like against his windows, like looking out, like this is my city. And we actually see at a low. Yeah, this is looking up. We're looking up at him, showing his superiorness. Whereas before we are looking at ground level Anastasia to show. Compared to him, she is at ground level. He is like heaven level. He is at the top, with his power and importance. So that was the open of Shades of Grey. I don't think I've got much to say left. Yeah, the music goes quieter as Anastasia comes out the door. There's monochrome colours, and Anastasia's outfit stands out even more, making her feel out of place. And her colours connotate to the fact she's got maybe a bright, fun, and quirky personality. So that was the opening of Shades of Grey. I've done a blog post that's in this video. Will show it. It'll also be in the description box, where I've done a lot more detail and actually screenshots so you know what I'm on about. So yeah, that was my opening. Bye!